You bring a friend?
Don't look for it. It will disappear.
See, don't go block her. See, hey, photography.
Your Excellency, the former governor of Gombe State, the Taraba and Gombe, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, the Right Honourable Speaker, distinguished senators, honourable members of House of Assembly and House of Representatives that are here, dear delegates, leaders of the party, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first of all thank our dear host, my colleague, my senior brother, and our leader for accepting to host us here today in spite of the short notice we gave in order to come and interact with my party members, with the delegates. I want to sincerely thank you and to join the former governor of Gombe State to appreciate you with the warm reception we received at the airport. Taraba is my home. Most of you may not know I did my youth service here. To be precise, in Parakum. So you can see that I'm attached to this state. I want to sincerely thank all of you for coming out. It's very important now the electoral process has started. I didn't want to send anybody to come and talk to you. I want myself to look at your faces, you look at my own face, because I don't want to take you for granted. I'm not one of those aspirants that will send people to come and talk to you. I'm the one running the election. So I don't want somebody to come and make a promise. Yes. Then when you now know without when you say, but you promised us this. I say, well, I was not the one who told you people that. So what I'm going to say here now, you will hold me accountable to it. The former governor of Gombe State has stated it all. I have a history with PDP. PDP gave me everything I am today. Since 1998, I've been a committed member of this party. Like Gumbe said, some people, for one reason or the other, have left us for other parties. We had a crisis in PDP. We stood firm with the support of our leader and some other governors. We stood firm and said, look, we must salvage this party. And to the glory of God, this party is waxing stronger every day. And let me say clearly, yes, I agree I will win, but peradventure I don't win, I'm going to work hard for this party. It is not about me, it is about the party. We have suffered, Nigerians have suffered, and we must come and tell ourselves the simple truth. If PDP wants to win the election 2023, there must be individuals you must look. That, look, if we go with this person, there's likelihood that we will win. If we go with this person, we will win, not likelihood. With me, PDP will win the election in 2023. What this country requires today is a leader that's courageous. It's a leader that's fearless. A leader that has the capacity and a leader that's committed to this party and the nation. I want to tell you, I can face all Progressive Congress. I can face the government. With me, nobody can dig us out in 2023. Of course, you know, they tried the several in River State. We said it would not happen, and it didn't happen. If you give me a mandate on the 28th and 29th of this May, go home and sleep with your two eyes closed. But before I go on, because of what happened 2-3 days ago, the bomb blast that took lives, if, with your permission, you can rise for a minute silence. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace. Amen. You need a leader that will say this is white, and it is white. You need a leader that will say this is black, and it is black. You don't need a leader, you don't know whether you say it is white or it is black. I will tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Look at what is happening to us. There's no day you wake up in this country. It is one bomb blast in the other place. It is one railway blast in the other side. It is one bomb every day. So the good thing we have gotten from this government is the insecurity in Nigeria. That is the project they have given to us. I don't see any federal government presence here. Is there any federal government present? No. It is not even peculiar to you. It is all over. Let me commend you. As we were coming, the dollarization I saw, I asked the deputy governor, is it the federal government? Because I know this is a federal road. Is it the federal government that did this? He said, no. It is the state. You see, this is federal government project. But abandoned. He has used the state resources to do a federal road. But they will not refund him the money. Because he's a PDP governor. Let me assure you, my brother, let them not. By the grace of God, I will refund you the money. If it's a government that is working, and the government at the center hears that he has taken away that burden, that responsibility, the government would invite you and pat him at the back. So, Mr. Governor, I thank you. This is my own job, but you have taken away from me. Can you tell me how much did you spend? I may not have it all now, but I can pay some percentage. That is an encouragement. That is to show they want to work together. But in this case, nothing like that will happen. Each time you hear, Mr. President, breaking news, President is meeting with service chiefs. What is the news there? That you're meeting with service chiefs. Are you not supposed to meet with service chiefs? What Nigerians are bothered? What is the result of the meeting? It is not that you're meeting with them. What is the result? Every day you're meeting with service chiefs. Every day there's bombing. Every day there's kidnapping. Every day bandits have taken over the whole place. So why should that be breaking news? The breaking news ought to be all the bandits have been killed. Then it will be a breaking news. Not President meets with service chiefs. And then as they go out, 50 people have been captured. So what is it? As a commander-in-chief, you won't show you have that. The government cannot be spending money without result. Why would you give them that kind of latitude? I invite the service chiefs. What do you want? We want so and so. If we can get these weapons, we will tell you that insecurity will be a thing of the past. Okay, I will give it to you. How many months will it take you? I will give you 6 months. If there's no improvement, all of you will go. I'm not going to be interested. I don't like stories. I want results. I want a result. We're tired of stories. And that's why I have told our party, I'm not running for president to be a vice president to anybody. I'm not running for president to answer former presidential candidate. I'm running for president because I want to be president of Nigeria. I did not collect any form other than presidential form. I didn't collect, okay, you hold this for me, in case I didn't win. No. Because I know that I'm going to win. And I do know that with the support of Taraba, we have discussed with our elder brother privately. I can tell you, we are just waiting for 28th of May to come. I expect that instead of 24 hours a day, it should be 3 hours. So the other day can come. Let it be running. Let it be running. The federal government, you cannot stop this insecurity if you don't have state police. You must have state police. There's no two ways about it. Having a state police does not mean they won't have a federal police. All over the federal system. Even councils have their own police. So the people who know the environment, you employ people who know the environment. I mean, you cannot take a stranger to go to Mambila. It will take you years to understand that place. You can't take a stranger and go to Donga or Chachaji. So, you need people who know the environment so they'll be able to take care of the place. If the federal offenses are committed, the federal police will handle. If there are state offenses,
the state should. So one key thing to stop this insecurity in Nigeria is to have state police. Those who are against it, I do not know why. Some people will argue, oh, if you allow state police, governors will use it against their opponent. Would the governor be permanently there? No. Next year, are you not living? So what is it that you use it? Okay, he let him use it. Another governor will come and take it. So the issue of governors will use it against their opponent is neither here nor there. So you're also telling us that the federal police, that's why federal government is trying to use it against us. That's what they're saying. So that kind of argument does not make sense. If this party called APC government loves Nigeria, committed to Nigeria, one project they would have given to Nigeria is the creation of state police. So that he will be here. And then make sure people from this environment are employed. It's key. Okay. And let me tell our members, don't listen to what elites are saying. Listen to what the grassroots, what they are saying. So, as it is today, what I'm telling you here is because you are delegates. The language for delegates is different from the language of general election. So what we're interested today is delegates. It's key. Wike is Taraba. Taraba is Wike. I don't know whether you understand that. Wike is Taraba. Taraba is Wike. Wike. So, if anybody comes to you to say, look, we did not, we have decided not to vote for Wike, tell the person, yes, I agree, but Taraba will vote for Wike. If they saw the West said they won't vote for Wike, say, no problem, but you will vote for Wike. If the East, where NNA comes from, and they come and tell you here, the East say they won't vote for Wike, say yes, you will vote for Wike. Poverty does not know religion. Insecurity does not know ethnicity. There's nobody is written here I'm a Muslim. There's nobody is written here I'm a Christian. Muslims are hungry. Christians are hungry. All the ethnic groups, insecurity. Before we were talking about Boko Haram in Borno and Yobe. It's no longer Borno and Yobe. It is everywhere. What can this government tell us again? What can they tell us? You say you want to boost agriculture. How can you boost agriculture when insecurity is everywhere? When farmers cannot go to farm. Our mothers will go to farm, they kidnap and they rape them. And you say you spend over 300 billion. Anchor bro. Anchoring what? Anchoring what? The one problem our government must solve. If you cannot solve that problem, there's no way economy can grow. You must bring down the level of insecurity in this country. Yes. When bandits hear my name, they will run. Because I will take the war to them. I will take the war to them. I'm not going to be a president of office. No. I don't just sit in my office. You come and give me the report, I will take it. I will find out what you are really doing. Most of the problems we have, you have your commissioners. Because you don't go out, they tell you, look, Your Excellency, as I speak to you now, we have done over 40 kilometers on that road. You say, oh, that's true? Thank you. No, I will not, I won't take it. I will drive down there and see that 40 kilometers. And when I get there, done 40 kilometers, you're already sacked immediately. I don't want to give room for anybody to come and lobby me. You are sacked. It must be serious. Those who are working with you know that you're a man who is interested. You have passion for work. and everybody will sit up. It's not here, you don't know who's the president. Whether it's the PA, whether it's your uncle, whether it's the nephew, whether it's the niece. You don't even know. How can I, the commander-in-chief, and I'm sharing that with a PA, with a driver? That person is not born. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the government. To be commander-in-chief, is it by mouth? No. Not by mouth. It's by action. To really show you are commanding both in project, you are commanding both in security, you are commanding both in agriculture, you are commanding the economy. Commander-in-chief, not just only for commanding the soldiers, no. Commander-in-chief means commanding every aspect that will make Nigerians happy. But if we would reduce it, meaning commander-in-chief of the armed forces. No. It's commander-in-chief of everything that will affect Nigerians. So let us not waste time. Not allow these aspirants to come again. Taraba has closed. Taraba has closed. Because there is nothing they can tell you again. I have told you what is the problem of Nigeria. And I have the capacity to solve those problems. Just do your own bit. Don't waste time. That bit 28, 29, don't even waste time. Just as you are praying, just be calling Wike's name. Every morning devotion now must be Wike. That is what we want. I was telling people last night, when people talk about it, I said, okay, where is the president from? North, is it not? Which state is he from? Katsina. Have you seen the level of insecurity in Katsina? Is it not true? Have you seen the level of insecurity in the north? Is there no poverty in the north? Is there no insecurity in the north? So it does not matter where you come from. It does not matter. Muslims are dying in the north, Christians are dying. Here, Muslims are dying, Christians are dying. All we require a Nigerian that has the capacity, that's very courageous to do those things people are afraid to do. This bandit, let them wait. Because these bandits, they are lucky. I'm only giving them 1 year. Because that's what I can do now. But for May 29th, 2023, bandits wait. They will see something. Because we can't continue. People cannot be dying for committing no offense. You are going to farm, bomb will blast. You left your family. Before they know, they will call you. Mama has died. What happened? Bomb blast. Papa will kick them. Where? I mean, we can't continue this way. We can't. Let's tell ourselves the simple truth. Nobody, if I'm a president, and this level of insecurity, because I love this country, I will tell the country, well, I've tried my best. I think my best is not enough. I will resign. Because what is the essence of it? By an oath of office, you said, I shall protect life and property. Any government that cannot protect life and property, then that government has no business to govern. If you remove this, no governance. Because life is precious. We know we will die one day. We all know. If you are sick, you die. That's how God wants it. I don't want to believe when people say, oh.
See, Wike of Rivers State. He is no stranger to Taraba State. He has told you all. He served in Takum. He knows my family house. He knows my family members. And so, the other things we will not discuss in public. So he has come home and he has come to ask for your own support. There's nowhere he doesn't know in Taraba. You hear him mentioning the towns and the villages. My dear brother, the former governor of Gombe, Talban Gombe, Governor Ankombo, the leader of the team, I want to welcome you to Taraba State with all your entourage who are so large I cannot be able to mention all. The Deputy Governor, Engineer Haruna Manu, the Speaker of the Taraba State House of Assembly, Professor Joseph Basu, the Chairman of still the biggest party in Africa, PDP, Colonel Abukefas, retired but not tired, and all the other members of the State Executive Council that are all here, and other party faithfuls that are too numerous to mention. I want to welcome you this afternoon. I want to also seize the opportunity to thank you immensely for the warm welcome you've given our dear brother, Governor Wike. You do see him on television. Today you are seeing him live. You should clap more than that because you are seeing him live. The talk he talked here, if you were to pay for it, I don't know, it cannot be bought in Naira. And that is how he is. He speaks the truth. He fears nobody. And he is a workaholic. You have seen how he has turned River State to a working site. We welcome him. We know what he has said. If God permits, he will do it. Nigeria is yearning for leadership. Nigeria is yearning for leadership. Nigeria is yearning for leadership. He has said it. Hunger doesn't know east, south, or west. Kidnapping doesn't know south or east or west. Security is security. If there is no security, there is no economy. If there is no economy, the country is not existing. So party faithfuls, use your vote wisely. We are very happy that PDP has woken up. We're on our 2 feet. And our party will do all that it can to make sure we produce not only the candidate, but the president. We need a change in Nigeria. We need a change in Nigeria. That is it. You should answer me. When I say we need a change, we need a change. Positive change. Yesterday, before leaving Abuja for here, I was telling another colleague governor who is in the other party. I said, do you know that I used to travel from Kaduna to Maiduguri? I leave at 5 p.m. and I get to Maiduguri in the early morning. And I come back, I leave Maiduguri in the night. I arrive Kaduna in the morning. And I made him started laughing. I said, one faithful day that we will travel, my mother took a bottle of kunu and gave to the driver. So I threw it away. But unknown to me, the driver put it in the boat. We got to Alkalari, I think around 3 a.m. or thereabout. And we had a punctured tire. Both tires were flat. So I was saying, oh, I wish he would have kept my mouse kunu. He said he's here. So he laughed to his heart's content. That is to tell you then, you can stop at any part of Nigeria. At 3 a.m., you are not afraid that a bandit or a robber will kidnap you. We should wish to go back to those days of old. And it's only in PDP. It's only PDP that will take us back to those good old days. The good old days, we can travel day and night. Somebody will say, oh, you can only travel safely now by air. I say, even air, with time, it will not also be safe. You can't travel by road, you can't travel by train. Okay, you travel by air. Sometimes we may not be able to do that. I plead with you all. You have had our brother, your brother. He worked here in this state. He taught in the GSS Takum. He went and taught, I think, in the military school also. He trekked the foot of Takum. I told him that's why he's blessed, because Takum is a blessed town. We will, by the grace of God, we will take Nigeria. And we will, by the grace of God, change Nigeria. We will, by the grace of God, change positively. Not where you come from, but what you are able to do for Nigeria. They're talking police, that is state police. The last meeting we had of governors, they removed the state police. And I asked my senator, I said, so you people don't want the state police again? I thought you were going to put it. America, where we copied the Constitution, they have local.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.